Welcome to the Healers Café, the #1 show for medical practitioners and holistic healers to have heart to heart conversations about their day to day lives while sharing their expertise for improving your health and wellness. So, welcome to the Healers Cafe. And today I have with me Kumiko Kanayama, and she is a Shiatsu Grandmaster and the founder of the Five Lights Center, which is the longest running Shiatsu foundation in America. Kumiko's many years of practice has led her to her own style known as intuitive Shiatsu. And she's built a thriving practice with devoted clients of all types, like Nicole Kidman. And her insights have been featured in many renowned magazines, Best Life Insider, Village Voice, Acupuncture Today, etc. So, without going into more of all that, I just wanted to welcome you and ask you, how did this journey start for you?
Oh, thank you, Maron. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be part of your group and bringing all the healings and helping people. It's very, very, very important, especially now.
Yes, absolutely.
So many things are happening in the world, and then we try to be kind to each other, try to be helpful to each other to make a peace.
Yes.
So I am Kumiko Kanayama, and I was born in Hiroshima, Japan. And all my family and friends, neighbors, teachers, everybody talked about the Hiroshima atomic bomb experience. How this one bomb killed over 140,000 people, and how this one incident was creating over the years of human fighting spirit. So, and then I grown up in a big family. My grandparents, my aunts and my uncle, and a small house. Everybody are together, and I learned so much from my grandmother. Grandmother went to the school. It was like before the World War II education, and she learned how to use hands-on touch technique, shiatsu techniques to help families to be healthier and stronger in daily life. And my grandfather taught me Makaho meridian stretches. I didn't know the name at the time, but it was Makaho. He told me, he showed me almost every day. He was practicing. I was peeking through the door. I said, oh, that's great. I don't know what he's doing, but it looks good. So that was my upbringing. And my uncle, Wataru Ohashi, brought Shiatsu to United States, and he created a non-profit educational organization to be peace, bring the peace to the world. And we create the motto, Touch for Peace. And he established his school in 1974. And after the many years of training and his mentorship and his teachers, and I learned so much. And he told me, create your own. And I create Five Light Center, Go Shikikan, which means based on 5 elements, 5 senses, go beyond 5 senses to understand human nature from an energetic point of view. And I wanted to feel everybody is a beautiful light. Everybody has good things to bring into the universe, to this planet. And I want to have a gathering together, gather people together to feel the power of positive energies. So that's my story.
Wow, that's quite a way to start too.
Oh,
My goodness, yeah. But I'm gonna start where you started, just with some questions. So at that time, so your family was it was your father, right, doing this, or your
well, no, my grandmother.
grandmother?
Actually,
Sorry,
at the
oh,
time,
I missed that. Okay,
no, at the time, everybody kind of they knew how to do the hands-on treatment because it was part of education, part of the school curriculum. So
right.
I learned from my, especially from grandmother, how to do the shoulders and feet and head. It's such a simple techniques, but it helped me to feel her love through the hands, her kindness. I still remember the time I was together with my grandmother. That was such a special time in my life.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, what a difference to start, your life with that is part of education. I
Mm,
mean, we live in a society so disconnected,
mm,
from our bodies and from our energy, or even understanding our energy. It's eh, at least in my practice, it seems to be such a foreign thing to,
mm,
to touch the body, or,
mhm,
except if you're examining it for something, but to actually understand that the body has its own, chi in its own energy system, right?
mhm,
As a young child, to learn that, and then in a time where it was, very traumatic, that it was something available for people to rely on.
mhm.
That's incredible. It's an incredible story.
Yeah, I think
So,
I was very lucky to
mm,
have this gift.
yeah,
Everybody feels shiatsu is like a gift.
right.
Hands touch is such a gift, and yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
so tell us then, so after that, you started practicing it, or how did you, what came next in your life? That you
Well,
created.
I came to I went to New York with my sisters because my uncle was already here in New York. He had a school, and I was so fascinated with to see those such a big people, tall people, fat people, such a high, tall buildings, and I was just blown away in my mind. And I went and there's so many different languages, so many different color of the skins and the faces, and I was so fascinating, and I said, oh, someday I wanna come and study. That was my impression, and then my uncle said, if you wanna come, just come. You can study, go to school and study. And I came to United States, New York, after many years later. And I went to school. School was Ohashi Institute where I learned Shiatsu. I thought I'm gonna just learn the languages and then go home, but Shiatsu was much bigger than anything else, and I was so fascinating. And then we had so many great teachers, and they had the long arms, long legs. They are moving beautifully. They are talking about Shiatsu in the beautiful ways. I never thought about how I can explain to others. So I said, "Oh my God, I have to learn more." And it's just time went by because it's energy. We are dealing with energy. Energy is unlimited. It's everybody has such a beautiful different energies. So it just took me for a long time to understand and feel, but after shiatsu, everybody just smiles and they say, "Oh, I feel so much better." So that makes me so happy.
So can you explain? I'm sure the majority of people have heard about shiatsu, but can you explain what it is in simple terms, you know, how it works, the premise, and then also then I'll ask you what it makes yours, you know, different, because you have called yours intuitive shiatsu. But let's start with shiatsu and then go to your specific way of mastering it and teaching it.
Okay, Shiatsu is Japanese character. Straight translation is shi is finger, ats is pressure. So it's like a finger pressure techniques. That's or we can say acupuncture without needles. That's the
Okay. So what is different
right.
between shiatsu and pressure points, for example, or acupressure? What's the difference?
Acupressure, they focus on the more points. There's we call tsubos, pressure points. And then also acupuncturists, they put the needles on the points.
And
then in the traditional shiatsu, they use the more thumbs and they work on the points.
Okay, so is it more like a massage with, like, is there more movement in it? There's no needles and there's no long pressure. So is that correct version of it?
You have a good point. So my uncle is a small, like me, small, tiny person, and he has to work on the big, tall American people. And then in the traditional sense of shiatsu was using thumbs. And then he felt he cannot only use thumbs because it didn't do much for the American people. And then he said, oh, I need to protect my thumbs. And then he started to use entire bodies. So he created a system to use thumbs and elbows and knees and move entire bodies, his bodies, to create the flow of energy. And then I start to realize the pressure points is so powerful. And then energy pathways is also very, very powerful. So I apply entire my body and then work on the pressure points by opening, closing techniques to create flow of energy and release stagnant energies.
So yeah, opening and closing, because so that is so let's say you have a meridian line, and where would you have the concept of opening it or closing it? What would be the like the conditions or the symptoms that would make you go, this needs to be closed or opened?
Yes, our body is so special, so miraculous. So we have bones and the muscles. So we stretch and then open the joint and then apply my thumb and turn around and then close it. Stretch, open, press my thumb and close by holding the bones.
Okay, so let's say you're doing like the pericardium meridian. You'd be stretching it. I'm on the wrong side here. Like
yes,
this.
stretch
Yeah.
together with my clients
Right.
all the way, straight, direct stretch. That's we call Makaho. Straight, direct, straight.
Okay. Yep.
This is already creating the energy flow.
Yeah.
You feel the like a vibration.
Correct.
You feel the warmth of the arm, right? And then this is opening.
Right. And then we turn it.
Turn and then close. Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like relaxed, right?
Right. Okay. So then when you, I mean, you can teach this obviously to healthcare practitioners, but my understanding with Shiatsu and in Japan especially, that there's a lot of teaching it to families and the community.
What would your life be like if you were pain-free? If you were one of the millions who suffer from chronic pain, the thought of just one day without it may seem impossible. This is often because conventional medicine tends to fall short in the treatment of pain, opting to prescribe pills or recommend surgery rather than getting to the root cause of the problem. But if you are suffering with emotional or physical pain, there is hope. Join the founder and CEO of Bowen College, Manon Bolliger, live online for your body-mind reboot. Learn how to listen to your symptoms and get to the root cause of your pain. Plus, be trained in basic Bowen therapy moves so that you can reboot your body for optimal health. You don't have to live in pain. You can heal. Stop the pain pill cycle by visiting www.yourbodymindreboot.com to learn more and to register.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Am I correct in that? Yeah.
Yes.
So then this is where all the movement comes in, right? Because all the meridians, so let's say you wanted, I'm just trying to think of a condition, well, one condition that a lot of people have now is neuralgia, all kinds of neuralgias. So it's the nervous system. Now, from a Chinese point of view, I mean, there's not a nervous system meridian, for example. You know, you could do kidneys, you would have to kind of diagnose what the, you know, is it an immune system weakness or what's going on? But how would somebody who has, let's say, you know, neuralgia after shingles or, you know, that kind of, could be restless legs, like there's a lot of nervous impact to the latest tragedy in our world.
Yes, because it's everything's like vibrating at such a fast mood, and or the
Correct.
computers, and then everything just comes and they hit us, and then we have no time to relax, so no time to shut down.
Right.
Every day there's something comes to our phones and computer screens, and they
Yeah.
just too much.
Yeah.
So yes, so the shiatsu is, you need to look into yourself, look inside of yourself, and relax all the nerve system. So we are human beings being together. I'm being with my clients. I give my hands, and then we breathe together. And then when you breathe in, breathe out, and release all the stagnant energy or nervous energies, and then put back in. So that's simple breathe in and breathe out techniques together, working on the bladder meridian, which is along the spine, which is connected to the nerves, sympathetic nerve. So I give my hands, and the hands give a heat. So heat helps the water energy to come down. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, no. So how young do you teach like children and that, if they're open?
Oh, my daughter was always with me when I taught the classes, and I had my daughter's group, which was like from babies to the like 5 years old,
Wow.
and then they just followed our movement, and then they feel happy energy. And then they become such a good friends.
Mhm.
And then mothers was observing, and then they gave a hand to the baby, and they started to walk on their back, go ahead, and it was such a beautiful things to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, anybody,
Interesting.
anyone can do it. They have just the size is different. The
Yeah.
hand or body
Yeah.
size is much smaller, but their heart is like so open. And then we start to move around calmly, peacefully, and they want to follow. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
And if people do like a routine, like every day, let's say to get their back in balance or like that, how long do you recommend if people, to do something on their own? Let's say they're,
It doesn't take too long.
no.
I tell my clients do stretch, arms, move your arms. And it doesn't take much long. But we are already stretching all the 12 meridians and the 5 elements. That's already balancing your energy flow.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
Can you show us, like, do a little demonstration?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Let's do it together. You can sit or you can
Yeah,
stand.
I'm gonna mute because there's too much noise behind me, but I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah, just bring the arms in front of you and then relax your fingertips. You visualize you're like touching the water or touching the air or touching the wind with your fingertips. Relax your fingertips. And then when you are relaxed, elbow is relaxed, shoulder is relaxed. The move as slow as possible. Do you feel some kind of right? You feel the vibration in the fingertips. And then from here, I usually stretch my spine, which is the water element, and stretch your water element, and then open the palms, and then pay attention to your thumbs, and then you're already stretching your lung meridian, metal energy. So you're breathing in the energy into your system, and then pay attention to your thumbs, and then you're stretching your large intestine energy, which is letting go, relax, and then bring the arms and the 90-degree angle, and then open your palms. Can you see? Open your palms like that, 90-degree angle, as just open as much as you can. And this is how constrictor, small fire energy. So you feel heat, also triple heater on the yang side. You feel the heat in your body. So you just open your chest. That's heart constrictor. So this is opening your heart, stretch, feel the heat, energy in your body, and then slowly release. Pay attention to your ring fingers, which is like a digestive system, liver and stomach channel. So you release all the toxins from your body and relax your mind, and then slowly release. Pay attention to your pinkies. This is heart and small intestine energies, your fire energy, and relax, breathe in and out. Fire is who you are. That's the quality of energy. And then slowly release. You're stretching your water energy, and then open the palms, press the palm, press your hands on your lap, or just open the palms when you're standing, and then feel the vibration in your palms or fingertips or your chest. And then we put the both hands together in Gasho, and then we thank to the universe, thanks to your own strong health and balanced mind. And then we keep going in the day.
Seems simple enough. It's
Yes.
a simple stretch, yeah.
Yes, simple stretch, but
Yeah.
we balance all the 5 elements.
Right. So
Mhm.
you can do that without doing anything with the lower body.
Because meridian go through from head to toes. When you
Okay.
pay attention, even just the stretching your fingertips, this
Mhm.
is already connected the arms and the legs
Right.
and everywhere.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it, just pay attention, pay really attention and do it. And then energy follows.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So what is the difference between shiatsu and what you're calling intuitive shiatsu?
Yes, for the shiatsu is more like a pressure points.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
For intuitive shiatsu is we pay great attention to the giver. We also pay attention to the receiver, but also giver has to be balanced. If
Okay.
our mind is going crazy, you cannot give a good sessions. So we have to watch our diet, we have to do the exercise, meditation, breathing, and then we the tool, we don't use any the measurements. So we are the measure of the energy balance for your client, your partner. So we have to be clean as possible. And then we could feel the energy, and then we use the pressure points and meridians, and then walk and the balance. And the balance your partner's body and mind. And then connect to the spirit. And then they feel good.
So intuitive, it's really so that you're not an obstacle. It's like clearing, it's your journey so that you're able to assess and feel what the other person needs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's working together.
Exactly. Instead of just a technique, you're actually you're getting input. And
exactly
you learn to trust that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
we are not like a dictator say you have to do this.
Yeah.
Just we feel because yeah,
That's how it works. Yeah. So we have a couple more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to share that that people could find out either where they can learn this with you, or something you want to share?
Yes, please. Yeah, look at our website, fivelightcenter.com. We have online courses. We have in-person courses, and then we do the Maca weekly lessons. Happens on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. New York time, and we have a Maca leader, Keith. It's a great, and then we have a retreat workshops in Italy, and we have a Shiatsu summit in Hornsdale, Pennsylvania. And then I go to Kripalu Yoga Centers, Omega Institute Holistic Centers, and reach out to the community centers, Jewish Community Center, JCC, and I just did a presentation at the high school. All the kids are so happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your passion for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Manon. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the Healers Café. If you haven't already done so, please like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on, as I post a new podcast every Wednesday with tons of useful information and tips for natural healing that you won't want to miss.